April 23rd, 1995, prom night in Collinsville. 18-year-old Rebekah Barrett wanted to go to prom, but just hours later, she was found in the middle of Garnett near Union in town, and she would later die at the hospital. The investigation into what happened to her has never been officially determined and closed. That's why we're very happy to welcome back Ed Jackson with the Tulsa County Sheriff's Office Cold Case Task Force to talk through this case. Ed, welcome. Thanks for being here again.
Thank you. I always love being here.
So looking at this case, this is, what, 27 years now?
Yes.
An 18-year-old, dies, but it's really unclear what exactly happened to her, right?
We have theories. We don't have fact. That's what we're looking for now. This all began on April 23rd of 1995. At about 1:45 in the morning, an officer was dispatched to 1900 West Union in Collinsville, reference a pedestrian auto hit and run. When he arrived, he noticed a number of women and men, young men, standing around a body laying in the street. This was Miss Barrett, 18 years old. She had a 4-month-old baby. The officer examined her, found out that she had a pulse. Her breathing was extremely shallow. And he went to his car and got his first aid equipment and a blanket, came back and started administering first aid. When EMS got there, they took over the job of first aid and transported her to Hillcrest Medical Center in Tulsa, where unfortunately she was pronounced dead. Now, Miss Barrett, it was noted by the officer on the scene, her clothes were not in disrepair. They were perfect. There were no rips, tears, smudges, or anything like that. He noticed that she had 2 relatively minor wounds. One was an abrasion on her left chin, and the other was a small abrasion up under her left eye. Officer Barrett, or the officer, found out that she had been with friends that night. She was upset because it was prom night and her boyfriend didn't invite her to accompany him to the prom. They were driving around town most of the night, and she asked to stop at a convenience store that she wanted to buy a pack of cigarettes. Her friend stopped. She went into the store, purchased the cigarettes, and when she came back out, she called her boyfriend on the telephone, payphones back in 1995, and when she came back to the car, she said that he was upset and angry and told them to stay there, that he was on his way. They didn't stay. They went ahead and left, and a short time later, he drove up quickly behind them, pulled to the side, and told them to stop, which they did. He seemed to be upset, perhaps a little angry, and argumentative, and wanted Rebekah to get out and come with him, which she did. Got into his car. The next thing you know, she is laying in the middle of the street. He said that they drove immediately to his apartment, and he went in to get her a cigarette. When he came out, he found her laying on the passenger side of the truck. Now, the theories at the scene by a number of people was that her purse was laying on the floorboard of the truck, and perhaps as she was trying to get out, she tangled her feet in the straps and fell, and it was a fatal fall. As we say, when she was autopsied, the previous mentioned injuries were noted, and there was also a very, very small bone broken in the back of her neck. The cause of death went down as blunt force trauma. Now, was it purposeful? Was it accidental? We don't have evidence to prove either way right now, but we suspect that it wasn't accidental. And we know that someone, in fact, I believe several someones, know exactly what happened. They just hadn't come forward for various reasons. They were young. Perhaps they were afraid to, peer pressure, displaced loyalty. For whatever reason, they didn't. And now we want them to.
If you're one of those people, you know, as you said, obviously people know exactly what happened that night. So if you have any information that could help investigators solve this case, call the Tulsa County Cold Case Task Force number. That is the number on your screen, 918-596-8836. Ed, thank you as always for being here and bringing light to these cases.
Thank you, and I hope someone calls.